Oh, need to see where it's getting recording, but fine. Okay. Where is my UiPath? Okay. So we were on the type of workflows. Okay. So type of workflows, we already saw sequence, then we saw flow chart, and then we saw state machine, a little bit of state machine, right? We covered arguments. Okay. Arguments, and we have covered state machine. What is transition? What are the states? What are the type of state and all? Okay. Now we are finishing our project on this. So we have UiPath over here now till what we have covered. So we have a state machine. We have created a state machine. This is how our state machine looks like, all right, which we have created in the previous session. So in it, what we are doing is we are checking whether we have the file or not at this location. So if we have the file, then in get transition, what I'm doing is I'm reading those file. So there is a step missing, which is moving this file, moving these two files, which are in somewhere other location, moving these two files to my input file, input location, because my bot is reading file from its own local or own folder, which is an input file, right? Input data and input macro. These are relative paths. So before reading, what I need to do is I need to move it, because first stage, I know that there is file, because if there is no file, then it will go here. If there is a file, then it is going here. So if there is a file in the predefined location, which is these locations. So what I need to do is I need to copy the file. I can do copy, I can do move file, moving the file from there to here. So I can do move, I can use move activity. So there is an activity which is called move file. Okay, so if you want to move a file, you can move the file. If you want to move a folder, you can do that one. So let me check, do I have copy file? Yes, so I will copy the file, because if I move the file, I can't use these two files later somewhere, right? So it's better to always copy the file. So I'll copy this file over here. I'll paste it like this, one. And the second is I'll paste it like this. Okay. Now from where I want to copy the file, so you can give the path. You can give entire path, which is the file. This is the file. I'll copy as path. One I'll copy as this file as path and paste it. So this is moving my data file. Okay, this is moving my data file. And the other one is macro files. I'll copy this one, copy the path basically, not file, copy the file and paste it over here. So second thing which I need to do is the destination, where I want to copy paste this one. Okay. So the destination is data, or you can say input. I'll say input. So it will take the relative path. So relative path will always start like this. So it will put it over here in the destination. Again, input. Similarly, okay. I'm saying that, do I need to override it? Yes, override it. If there is already a file present in this folder, copy folder, override that file. Okay, this file, override that. Okay, so I'll give it like this and also like this. Okay, so in this state, what I was doing, I was reading the file. So once I'm done with the reading file, what I will say, while exiting, I'll put a log message. I'll put a log message, sorry, message, and I'll say data, or you can say get transaction state finished, done. Okay, and I'll put it as a trace. So there are there are multiple type of logs in a log message. What can be fatal, one can be error, one can be warning, info, trace. So info is all about the information, where it is giving some information, like you have these many number of rows you have, or you can say that if it is a trace, sorry, information, this information is like some specific data. Trace is like you are tracing the flow of bot. You're saying that, okay, I'm done with this state, or bot done with state, then it is going to the next state. This called traces. Okay, so from here to there you go. Warning and error, you know that what is a warning and what is a error. Fatal is just like it's more than error. You know, it's like, okay, it can't go ahead, it has some drastic problem over here, so that's a fatal. So I can make it trace, because saying something about bot trajectory, where bot is going, right? So I'm saying that, okay, the transition state is done. So now I'm in the process state. Okay, so in process state, as I said earlier, also in process state, what I need to do is in input, I have two files, right? So I'm gonna read the problem statement. I'm gonna read the problem statement. Just allow me some time. Let me open this one. If anyone has any doubt in middle, please feel free to ask. I'll open this and my slide. Okay. Okay. So I'm over here. Now, what I need to do is open the file. The file contains the data for payment data. Okay, fine. Develop a bot capturing right macro name to update the data files. Then what is the problem statement? Problem statement, business rules condition to automate the process. What are the business statement? Which is the bot need to open the data file. In the data file, the bot need to read payment mode. Okay, I read already. I have read already this one. The bot need to check all the given data in the macro sheet file. If the payment mode, bank mode, BNM is a match, then pick up the macro name and dump it into data file in column E. Okay, let me open this. It's getting a lot for me. So I'm gonna open data file. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Open it fast. Yes, this is my data file. Oh, I'll do enable editing. So what I need to do is I need to fill macro name basically. Okay, I need to fill the macro name. Okay, and where is my macro file? Let me open the macro file also. Oh, it's taking time. Yes, this is my macro file, right? So what I need to do is, okay, so I need to search in this macro file. Basically, I need to search my search with what? Search with what? If the payment mode, bank number, RR number is match. Okay. So in macro file, payment mode, bank number, and what I need? RRN number. These three things match. Then I need to pick the macro file, macro name from here and place it in here, basically. Okay. So what I need to do is basically, what I have to do is I have to go through this first, take these three information, copy these three information, then iterate through this entirely. Okay, check where it is matching, where it is matching. Okay, check where is it matching. And if I got the macro name, just paste the macro name here. And also the number of matches, how many matches it is finding. So there's a possibility that it's finding more than one match, right? So there's a possibility of more than one match. Then how it should look like. So let's see how it will go. Okay. Is the problem statement clear? Any doubt, Pratima, Abhishek?
No, sir.
Okay, all clear. Ratna, clear, right?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah. Okay. Thala, why were you not there yesterday?
Hmm.
Ah,
Uh, Due to some emergency, Maninder.
okay. Okay, okay, no worries, man. So focus on this, okay? This is basically fundamental of RE framework. If you open the RE framework, you will feel RE framework just like look like this one. So if you
Yeah,
are
sure.
not, so I'm planning that Tuesday or Thursday, maybe you guys will need no, no. Tuesday will be your mail automation again. I mean, Gopal will go ahead with last one. He said, I need one more class on mail automation. So mail automation, and then we will think like giving you guys next weekend or maybe somewhere in it a little bit of rest so that you can revise all the things which you have skipped. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So let's focus on this. Okay. Now for to do this task, I said I already created one sheet which is completely this empty. Okay. Now what I need to do? I made two arguments, which was like in data and macro data. That means it is giving you two inputs, right? Two inputs. What are the inputs? This data table and the other data table, which I already read in this state. Okay. So which I already have over here, macro data and data. Okay. Now I'll go to process. Argument also we have covered yesterday. So please go through that. But focus over here. What I'm going to do. I have two data table. What I need to do is I need to go to each data table for each row in data table, because these are data table, not the Excel one. As I said, always go for data table activity whenever you want to do some manipulation in Excel file. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll I'll copy the data, I'll iterate through it, do all the operation, and then paste the data again back in the Excel file. So it will update that Excel file. Okay, and it is faster. As I said, it works in RAM. Data. These are runtime memories. So it works in RAM, and it has these memories are faster memories. Okay. So my friends, I'm taking in data DT. Oh, it is giving me so much. Okay. So I have this. Now in current row, what I want to do is for each row in data table, like I'm in this row, then I will go to macro and iterate through each row for macro. Checking, okay, in this row I'm finding, in this row I'm finding, in this row I'm finding. If I'm finding it's good, then again go to the next row, second row, and then again iterate from starting one like this. Okay. So what I will do, I have one, then I'll take one more inside this because for each row, like one iteration, then it will go like this. Then when it come out of this, then it will go for the second row of DT. And it will like inside this. Okay. So I'll take another one in underscore macro DT. Right. Now I need to find the count for, I need to also find in data. I have two fields. One is macro name, another is number of matches. Right. So number of matches means how many matches I'm finding in data row. So what I need in macro file. So what I need to do is I need to assign what I need to do is assign a number of finds. I can make it number of finds like this. Okay. And I'll keep it 0 for starting. I'll keep it 0. Oh, I need to make it integer because it's integer. Wherever you guys are not able to find what I'm trying to say over here, please stop me there and ask your question. It's feel free to ask. Okay, we have enough time for today. I'll finish this, make it over there, and done. We are done for the today's session then. So please feel free to ask. We have enough time. Okay, utilize this time. So it will go like this. Then it will go here because finding all will, for each new row, I want number of finding to be 0 starting. And then over here, it will calculate how many findings. So if it is finding, then I'll make the rotation. Now what I have to do is I have to make a if condition over here. I have to make a if condition over here. For your clarity, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flow chart. I'm taking flow chart so that you can understand it easily. So it's more visible, more visible, or you can say it's more suitable to understand. Okay. Now what I will do, I will take decision tree, flow decision. Flow decision, just like if else condition, as I said earlier also, it also says, give me if, I'll go here. Give me else, I'll go here. So it's better. Okay. Now I have two current rows. So I need to make one very different current row. I will make it data current row. And this is macro current row. I'm making it because otherwise these will by default, these item names are by default names, right? For current row. So I need to make it, so that I can find it. Okay. Now first in decision tree, what will happen when it goes inside this loop and then it goes here, I'll give the condition. What I'll give the condition? My condition, as my condition says, you have to check payment mode, bank number, RNN matching. If these three things are matching, that means payment mode, sorry, in data current row, if my this column, data current row, if my this column, payment mode, just copy it, then paste it over here, dot toString, I can make it, right? And dot, I'll say, instead of equal, I say contains. If this contains, what if this contains? If this contains, then again, macro, okay, macro current row. And then again in macro current row, same thing, right? Macro current row also, it need to check in macro current row. If it is matching with anything over here, then dot toString, because I need to get the toString, right? And then what I need to do is I'm comparing it, right? I'm comparing it. So dot toString, this is blah, 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 blah. And if it is matching, and I need to check three conditions, right? I need to check, it says that you need to check in both, you need to check payment mode, bank number, RNN number, right? Three things you need to check. So I will make it very big over here. I'll make it a little bit visible. And so what I will do, I'm going to copy this and paste it over here. Paste it. I just have to update the key names, right? So after this, I need to check the bank name. Copy this. And over here, I have to copy this. I don't want to write a big thing. I'll copy it again, right? Then again, I'll copy this one so that my third condition, because I need to check three things, right? I need to compare three things. If these three things are matching, I will say, okay, this is my macro name, you know? So the third thing, 1, 2, and this third thing, I need to match the RRN number. So RRN number, I'll match it over here. Come on. Yes. And here. Come on. Yes. Okay. So I'm comparing three things. I'm comparing three values, right? I'm comparing because so first I'll tell you how it's gonna go is first it will go in this data row. It will pick the first data row. Okay. It will pick just this one. It will pick just this one, these three things. Then it will go to macro data table, the entire macro data table, and compare with each row. And compare with each row, the first row only. It will compare this first row only, data's first row only, to macros each row and get if it says that, okay, if I am able to get this condition, if this condition is true, if this condition is true, I'll take a assign. What I'll take? I'll take a assign. Okay. I'll connect with this over here. I'll take another assign. Oh, sorry. If it is not matching, it will, I doesn't want it to, you know, do anything. But if it is matching, what I want is I want to make number of finding will be equal to number of finding plus one because I found one. If it is matching, that means I found the macro. And second thing, what I need to do is, and second thing, what I need to do is, I need to take another assign because it's possible that it is matching with more than one macro. There's a possibility that, okay, these three values are matching is matching with more than one value. It's matching with more than one. It's possible that this is also matching and this is also matching. There's a possibility. In this case, what I need to do, what I will do is I will copy this and then make a comma and then copy this. So it's like every new thing I'll copy. I'll copy this F2 value, comma, this F13 value, and comma, if three matching, then comma, and then this F19 value. So I need to mention all the three values over here in this macro for this line. Got it, Sudhu? Any doubt? Okay. If anyone has any doubt, please feel free to ask. Ask your question. Abhishek, yeah, go ahead.
सर सर पर सीट में एक वो दिया हुआ था, कंडीशंस दिए हुए हैं कि जहाँ पे डैश है
Mm-hmm.
वहां पे बैंक के तीन बैंक के नेम से रिप्लेस करना है.
What I need to do is three banks number. Like, let me ask if the bank is SBI corporate. Okay. 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 If the bank is SBI corporate bank, HDFC bank or ICICI, then consider bank name in macro sheet as okay. This is also one condition, right? So name it dump it. Okay. I need to pick. If the bank name is SBI, okay. If data's bank name is basically SBI corporate bank, these, then I'll consider this also, right? Okay, got it, man. Okay. So this is the one that, okay, this one should be, this can be anything. This can be anything. Mm, that means before checking this one, I need to check just bank number first. It means bank name first. Or. Just give me a second. Let me think. Okay. So I'll make it one more thing over here, one more condition. I'll drag this one a little below before after this. First, let's take this one, delete. Okay. Now I'll check one more thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check bank number. So I'll take one more decision. Okay. Over here, I'm take one more decision. I'll connect this one. Okay. Here I'm gonna check the bank name first. Just the bank name. Okay, not anything else, just the bank name. So I'll copy the condition from here. Okay. And I'll remove this bank directly. Not doing anything because I don't want to compare properly like this. Okay. Now this, in this one, I'll check first whether my bank is matching, whether my bank data is matching. Fine, whether my bank data is matching. If the bank data is matching, it's fine. It will check for other payment mode and other also. Okay. But if it is not matching, then I will check the another one more condition. What I will check? I'll check one more condition, another more condition. So here I'm checking bank number. So I'll make it check banks similar. Okay. Over here, what I'm checking, payment mode and RRN. So I'll give it now payment mode and RRN check. These two things. Okay. Now over here, what I'm going to check is I'm going to check whether one query like this. So I'll give like this. Okay. Now over here, I'll check if my bank name, I'll check my bank name with my bank name. If my bank name from data contains, not data, not data is contains bank name, blah, 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 blah. Now I need to check is one more condition of what I need to check is I need to check whether this SBI, just give me a second, guys. It's too. Oh, now it's good. Okay, cool. Now, so what I need to check is I need to check if this bank is SBI or blah 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 this. Okay, then I'll check whether my macro name is. So if my bank name contains, if my bank name contains, I can directly write if my bank name contains, what was that? SBI. Okay, SBI, copy the SBI. If my bank name contains SBI, I can write it directly. Or condition, if my bank name contains, what was the thing? SBI, corporate bank. Oh my God, there are two things. Let's copy. I'll check if my bank name contains SBI, if my bank name contains in data, my bank name contains, or I'll copy this entire condition, or copy, paste this one. I'll make it. Oh shit. Okay. Or tick. Okay. Now this. I'll make it SBI, and then make it like this. Oh, there is a or condition over here, or condition over here. SBI, corporate bank, SBI bank, and what is this? SDFC, ICICI, GIGI. Done with this, done. And or, okay, copy this, pasting here. Okay, and the last one is ICICI. Copy this, paste it over here, and boom. Okay, now done. So this is the one that, okay, if these banks are there, okay, if these banks are there, what I need to do is I need to check if these banks are there. Okay, if these banks are not there, of bank matching, first I'm checking whether the bank matching. It says like no, the bank, if it says okay, the bank is matching, I'll go here. If the banks are not matching, it will go here and check for the checking that, okay, if these three banks are there, and one more thing, one more decision, okay, one more flow decision, and if these banks are there, then fine. If these banks are not there, then it will go into completely into bank not matching. Okay, if these banks are matching, what I will do, I'll check if my, let me check what is say. Oh no, which is a condition. It says that macro current row, okay, and which row? Macro current row, in which I need to check whether my bank name, copy, paste it over here, dot toString dot contains, okay, and sorry, this one, no, this one, and hyphen. So if this bank name contains SBI, blah blah blah, something like that, and this is hyphen, okay, this, if this bank name is not hyphen query, this is SBI or ICICI or CO Bank or whatever the last bank, SBI as HDFC, EFC. If these banks are this, then it will go here and check again. Then it will check macro bank hyphen. If this is macro bank hyphen, if, sorry, what I did here. If this is hyphen, what I wanted to go, I wanted to go to this one, then check the next one. Okay. If it is matching, it's good. If it is not matching, I'm not happy with this, then little bit below so that, yep. So if it is matching, I'm good. If it is not matching, it's fine. Now, if it is matching with this, because if my data banks are SBI, ICICI, corporate, HDFC, then it will go here and check whether my macro right now, my current row of macro is a hyphen. It will say, yes, I'm over there. Then I'll go for the next condition, then check the other condition. What are the other conditions? These are the other conditions. Okay. Then it will go to this assign, and what it will do, it will increase the number of findings. So it will say that now finding is 1. And what are the finding? I'll create a new variables, and the variable called macros, macro name. And what I will do in a macro name, I'll say macro name. Okay, whatever is earlier macro name, either it is a blank macro name. So I'll say macro name, come on, macro name plus double space, comma, space. And what I can do is space, comma, space, and plus current row, macro current row, sorry, macro current row, macro current row, and then I'll get the macro from macro current row. So if I already have earlier macro name, then I can make it like this, copy, and I'll make it like this and paste it over here, .toString. So if it is earlier, it is empty, it will go like that. So it will be like this. Okay. Or I can do one more thing. Instead of putting comma, let me check whether my macro name look like Yep, comma is also there in macro name. Instead of that, what I will do, I'll make a space, like this space, a big space. Okay, so I'm adding a big space, macro name space and all. Fine. So I got this macro name. Okay, and once I got the macro name, so it will be looping through each and every row of the macro name. Once it's done with the first loop, suppose it went over here, current row, then when it went over macros and ran the entire, entire macro column. And at the end, I got the macro. What I want to do is inside this, I want to have a macro. Come on, come out of this. Okay, number of macro. Where is my macro? I want it to come out of this process, entire process. Okay, now once it is out of that and got all the macros, what I want to do it, I want to assign over here in this. What I want to do is I want to assign it to a data row. Okay, I want to assign in this data current row macro name column, means macro name column, to the macro name value, the variable which I'll get from this loop, this entire inside from this entire loop. Okay, and after this, one more thing I need to do is I need to make everything, whenever it is going macro name in the starting, I need to make it string.empty. Make it string.empty. Make it empty in the starting. String.empty will make empty to any variable string. Okay, because see, I want to go it with a fresh row. I want to go it with the empty and with the 0, so that I can make it my macro name like this, and I can make my number of rows, means data current row. We are almost done over here. And then this one, number of matches, I want to make it number of findings over here. And then I want to make it number of findings like this. And if I run it now, I want data table, definitely I want. So this is how it looks like. Now I need to place this file inside my state machine. So till here, if anyone has any doubt, please feel free to ask. Guys, are you getting any doubt?
Can you please expand the for each row ones?
For each row, definitely. For each row in macro, right? Yes. This one. Just give me a second. This one. Yep, my friend. This is the one. Let me make this one. Yeah, let's do better.
I mean, the string.empty you have taken, no? So, like, what does it do in case if there is any value present there?
Which one you're saying?
The assign activity which you took recently and given it as string.empty.
Yes. So what I'm saying that, okay, suppose in the first loop, in the first row, it went over here. In the first, this one, it went over here and it found 5, 6, right? It found 5, 6. Okay. Now what it will do at the end, it will come out of this loop, this macro loop, and assign it to this value, this column, right? So it will, what it will write? It will write it over here and also over here. So it will write that macro name and over here. Now, when it is going for the next row means for this next row, when it is searching in macro, what I want is, I want first these number of finding to be 0 again, because otherwise it will write on top of whatever I got the earlier one. Got it? So number of finding, I need to make it 0, and macro name I need to make it empty, because at then what I'm doing over here is I'm making macro name which I got earlier, right? Macro name which I got earlier plus the current one. Why I'm doing this? Because there is a possibility that in macro name I can have 2, 3 matches for one row. From one row from this, I can have 2, 3 matches in this. Suppose this row also matching, this three things also matching. Payment mode, bank number, this also matching, and this also matching. Suppose. Then what I need to do? I need to combine these two together, right? And then write it over there. So that's why I'm looping it in that sense. Make sense, Ratna?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. That's why I'm making it empty again, because it's going for the fresh finding, right? So, okay. Anyone, any doubt? Pratibha, all good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it. Cool. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Okay, now it's easy now. We have the sheet. I have to process in the process state. What I will do, I'll go to project, just drag this and paste it over here. So it will say, oh, you know what? I have two things which I need from you. So I'll say, okay, I'm giving you input argument. Now there is a one thing. One thing what? Okay, these argument, which I have an argument, I have in type of argument. But what I want to do is, I want to process and get it out also. That means I need to change the direction. I'll give to data table and I'll get the new data table out. So macro is like, okay, fine. In macro will work because I'm not expecting something out of macro, but data, I'm expecting this data table. So this entire data table to be updated and come out of that sheet. So I will make this as in and out because it will take first, make some update to data because I'm making some update over here. If you see, I'm making some update to data rows, data. Okay. So I'm making that in data table. So I will make it in and out and this only in. So I'll call this, I'll save this first. Okay. Now I'll import this. Okay. Now over here, you will see one is in and out, one is macro. So I'll give data dt and this will I'll give macro dt. Now I'll give data dt to this file, process file. It will update this data dt, data table, and then give me the updated data dt. So once I'm done with this process, on the when I'm exiting from this process, what I want to do is I want to write this. I want to write this data table into my sheets, my this sheet I want to write, right? Because whatever update I have done till now, that have been done in a data table. I want to paste this data table back in this sheet so that it get updated. Got it, Ratna? Clear? Any doubt till? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So What I'm gonna do is I have called it, I have given the argument. Okay, now I'll take a write line. So I'll take write range activity. Okay, so write range of workbook I'll take, because I'm using workbook. I'm not taking Excel a lot because I'm not doing much over here. Much means I'm not doing some manipulation of coloring, pivot table. No, write range is more faster than, sorry, workbook activities are more faster than uh, Excel activities. Always remember this. Okay. Now I don't need to write two things. What I need to write is I just need my data dt to be written in the same sheet, same file from where I got this data, right? So I got this data from here, and the sheet name is sheet one. So I'll just copy this. Okay. And over here in the exit, I will paste this thing I read from here. I'm saying that, okay, where it is, sheet one. It is in sheet one, like this. And then, yes, it has headers. Add header. So please add the header at the first. Yeah, it has header. Okay. Now what it will do, it will done. Okay. Now when it is successful, when I'm saying that if it is success, there is no condition over here. But when I'm coming out of this one, I'm putting a message and I'm saying that process successful. So if it is an action or here, anywhere you can put, because there is no more conditions, right? So it will definitely go on this only, because this is a default one. So successful transition. Okay, successful transition. Then I'm going over here and making it a information that, okay, your bot runs successfully. One more thing which I have from earlier. Yep, no data. So no data, which I need to make it over here, not above, because it will run automatically all the transitions. If you remember yesterday's, it will run all the triggers, right? So this is how it looks. Okay, so I'm gonna run this one. Till now, if anyone has, from tomorrow and today, if anyone has any doubt, please feel free to ask. Okay, this was a very big session, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, but it is worth. Remember, mark my word, it's gonna help you a lot. Okay. Now I'm gonna run the state machine. If you have doubt, please feel free to ask. So I'm gonna by step. Okay. So first it will go to init. First it's gonna compile my code because I have added few codes. Okay. I'll update this code in GitHub also. Whatever I have done, I'll update this in GitHub also, because I have this link. It is asking me that there are two changes which you haven't committed. Come on, here, right? So first it will go to state machine. First it is going in where it is going. Go. Okay, now it is in initial position. So it says initializing the process. You can see the initializing the process over here. Now, file exist, whether this file exists or not. Yes, macro file exist becomes flag become true, right? This is a local panel. In local panel, when you are debugging by step, you can see the all the values of variable and everything. Okay, so I have my both the variable true. So where it gonna go? So as I said, whenever it is going from one state to another state, it will check all the transitions, right? First, so if you remember from earlier, first it will run the state, whatever it is in entry state, it will run everything. Then it will go to each transition's trigger. It will go to each transition, go to trigger, check the condition, and then go to the next one again. Okay. So it has second transition, which says that true,
So,
true. Yeah. Yeah, Abhishek.
so, so what is the usefulness of condition in the transition?
So on the basis of this condition only, on the basis of conditions, it will go there. That's the use. If this, suppose, if I don't have data, it will go here. If I have data, it is going here. So on the basis of condition only, suitable condition, most suitable condition, it will choose the track where it need to go to the next. It can go also here. It can go also here. It can go also here. In there is, suppose there is a third state, it can go there also. So on the basis of condition only, it is checking. And trigger means whenever you are going to that transition, do this and then check the condition. So it goes from top to bottom. Like over here, if you see, whatever code it will be in the trigger, it will run this first, then check the condition. Then if the condition true, then it will action this one. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's on the basis of condition. Yes. Now, once it is found that, okay, because it will iterate through each condition first. Okay, whether it doesn't matter whether it's in the first go it found that okay, this is right. No, it will say I'll go to each condition, each transition, and check the condition and find out which is more suitable to me. And once it found out which is the most suitable to me, I have iterated through each condition of the each transition. Then it will go to the exit of the initial, exit of that state. Okay, so then it is going to the next one. Now it is saying that okay, I'm gonna go to this one. Then only it go to the right transition and do the action in that transition, which is mentioned in that transition. Then it is going here. Now it is doing this. Okay, then it goes here, then it goes here, then it goes here, right? Then it is gonna read it. So if file is there, then it will gonna read. It's gonna take a little time for reading, and it's gonna read. Okay, then there will be a looping system, which I hate a lot, right? So now it's gonna go first. It's gonna check that it has data, right? It's gonna check that okay whether it has data or not. See, it doesn't know yet that it has data. Okay, because I have put it in trigger. That's why it is running like this. It is in the first transition which says has data. Second transition, then it will go for the second transition, which is says, yeah, it found the second transition also. It has data one. Okay, get transaction finished. So it will finish the transition because it went to the both the transitions. Okay, now it is says that okay, most suitable is which has the data because I in the both I have the data, right? And it is I gave the conditions greater than. That's why it went over here in the action. And now the bigger part start, which is a loop, which I don't like. Okay, so I can make it, it's gonna go. So I can make it continue. Continue means I don't have to press click, 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 click. I don't have to do that. Yeah, now you can see the see. Waiting for the conditions right now at the end. Come fast. Gonna be a little fast now. Come on, give me something. Yep, yep, yep. And it's done. Successful, and it's done. And when I see my Excel file, where is my data file? Data file, come on, how this look like? Up, this looks good. See, it found 6 over here. Oh my God, see, you can see spaces. So these many things, it was able to find it. Okay, if I see over here, there are 7. This is one only. And if you see 6, oh, 6, 1. So whichever it is finding, this is the count and also. Okay, this is how it looks. In the end, let me take you through the state machine one more time and the trace, what happens actually. Okay, this is a recap of state machine. Why I'm focusing on state machine more? Because all your framework, your RE framework, your most of the framework, even if you customize the framework, the company, they will ask you, can you make a framework for me? You'll say, yes, I can make the framework. So the framework, whenever you make some framework, you most of the time you make the framework state machine. Okay, so let me give you a recap of it, a little bit of recap of it, what happens. Okay, or what happened over here till now. So you have a state. You have two type of activity. One is state, one is called finish, right? State is when it says that I can have multiple in and multiple out. Multiple in and out means that, okay, it can have multiple out and multiple in also. From here also you can go here. From here also you can go here. From here also you can go here. From here. You can see for this final, you can see 1 in, 2 in, 3 in, right? Over here, in, out, in, out. So there's a possibility like multiple in, multiple out. You can see over here for the get out, out. So states are nothing but the containers which has multiple in and can have multiple out. So these are state. The another state is called finish state, which can have multiple in, but no out. That's why it's called finish, right? There are two type of activity state machine. And state machine, nothing but a container. Container means which holds some code. It does nothing. It just holds things, something. Okay, that's container. Now, in a state machine, the third thing is called transition. So whenever you go to a state, in state, you have one thing called entry, and another thing called exit. And the second thing in a state, this is a state. When I talk about final, finish or final, you can say final. Then in final, you have just exit. Sorry, not exit. What I am doing here? Entry. Okay. In this one, entry. Now, there is a third thing in state machine that's called transition. So in transition, that's called transition. Called transition. So in transition, you have trigger, condition, and then you have action. There are three things. Okay. Now, how the flow goes. Whenever there is a thing, whenever the bot is coming to state, it will first enter to entry box. Entry box, which looks like this. Right? There is an entry box, there is an exit box. Right? So whenever it comes to the entry box, it does everything, whatever is code is inside entry box. And I'm sorry, when it's finished with the entry box, it will go to each transition. Each transition means when it is done with the entry box, it will not go to exit box in that state. It will not go to first from entry, it will directly go to transitions. So when it goes to transitions, it can have multiple transitions. So it will go all the transitions. I will revise this thing again. It will go to each transition again. Even doesn't matter in the first go it found. Even it went over here and the bot found that okay, this condition is true for me. Everything is perfect for me. No, and it will stop. No, it will go to then again next transition. What doesn't matter whether with this state you have 10 transitions, 15 it will go to each transition. Doesn't matter whether it found the right or wrong. No, it will go to each to find the most suitable for it. Okay, now it will go to transition. When the bot is in transition, it will run the trigger. It will, whatever is inside this trigger box, whatever code is inside this trigger box, it will run irrespective of condition. If you have 15 transitions and in 15 transitions you have a 15 trigger, definitely you will have 15 trigger. So it will run all the trigger one by one, all the trigger one by one. So it look like this. If you have a state and you have transitions, and in each transitions you have trigger, condition, action, TA, TCA, then again transition, trigger, condition, action, then you have trigger, condition, action, you have trigger, condition, action. So what it will do from the entry, and this is exit, suppose from the entry, and this is suppose this is connecting with another state. Now all these will connecting with states, either state or either final. Okay, so it depends on which how you have created. So from entry, let me make the difference a little bit. From entry, it will go to this first. Then it will run the trigger, check the condition. Keep this condition in his background, in his mind. And then it will go first, it will go here. Then it will go to this, run this one, then check the condition. Keep this thing also in mind, prioritize it. Like if it is matching with this, it will prioritize first. If it is a less matching with it, it will go to the second. Then it will go to the third one. The bot will go to the third one. From here, it will go to third. Run this one, trigger, check the condition, prioritize all these three. Compare this condition with these two, and then prioritize, make a priority. Then go here, then run this transition, trigger, then prioritize this condition with comparing with this. Once it is done with, and now my bot knows that okay, I have to go through this one. So when my bot knows that I have to go through this one because this is the most suitable condition, I have to go through this one. What it will do now, it will run the exit. So first it will run this, then It will run this second, third, fourth, fifth. Then it will run this one, sixth. Okay. And then it will run this one, seventh, because it knows that now these will be discarded. This will be discarded. This will be discarded. This will be discarded. Got it? So it's gonna run entry, then it's gonna run all the things and keeping all the condition in their mind and making a priority, and then coming back and running the exit. And then it knows that I need to go through this condition, through this transition to this state. It will run this action then the action of this, and then it will go to the next state and do the same thing with the state. Got it, Abhishek? Clear on this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if somebody asks you that, okay, explain me the state machine, then you can explain, right?
Yes,
That
sure,
okay,
sir.
how? Okay, so this is the one, okay? And the final, in the final, everything has to come in the final. Always remember, state machine will always, every state will have, because if you don't give a final, only final is the state where you have only entry. Otherwise, if you keep something, like suppose I have some state, okay, suppose I have some state and I make a state like this. I said, okay, I'm going to connect this state like this. Then for this state, I need exit. Otherwise, it will throw error. That means I need to connect this state with the final. Then that will be the end of that flow. This is one flow. This is second flow. So I need final in every state. What happened? Yeah. Every state will have every state machine will have a final state where everything will be going, or you can have multiple finals, not like only one final. You can have one more final over here, and you can say that, okay, this thing is going here. There is no error, no problem. It's not like only one final you can have multiple final also. Okay, so depending on your requirement that time, or the framework requirement. So this is how your framework look like, and this is more about RE framework. This is more about how framework has been created, how you call the files. Like we have created the file over here, you can create the code over here, right? So as I said, I have explained the flow also, that how it goes. It's very important for you to understand how the flow works, so that you can place your code in the right box or in right container. So it is a combination. State machine is a combination of containers of containers of containers of containers. Why I'm saying this? State machine is itself, this file is itself a container of which contains this much code. Then this init is also a container which holds two more sub containers, which is entry and exit. So it's like container inside a container inside a container. Okay, so this is how it works. So if anyone has any doubt till now, please go ahead and ask your question. If not, then I will suggest, definitely I'm going to suggest you that please look into the recording yesterday's. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, look into these three recording before you coming for the next class, or before you coming for the RE frame. This is exactly what RE framework look like 95%, because it still have the error and all error handling which we have to teach you. That's still pending. Otherwise, it's completely a state machine. Okay, guys, any doubt?
Maninder, I have doubt near the arguments.
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
We have given the argument previously for in out and data table, and for the data table we have to in out, and another one it is in only.
Yes.
So in case if I don't find the value here, um, it was not before declared, no, this data DT.
Mm-hmm.
If it is not declared inside the workflow,
Mm-hmm.
uh, then we cannot give the value here, no.
Yeah, we cannot give the value here, definitely.
Okay, so in which place it should be declared?
So this one you are saying, or this one?
In that key part I understood, the value
Okay.
part.
Value part, it is in the state machine. Who is giving this? So as I said yesterday is also, if you remember this one, I'll get it caller, right? Call. This will be easy. So caller saying that, you know what, I have two variables, two numbers, I want a summation of it. Then summation file will come, this summation file will come, and this file will say, you know what, I take two numbers, I take two numbers, this argument, I take two numbers, make the summation and give you the result. But first you need to give me two numbers. So caller will call the summation and gives its two number to this one, to sum. Suppose you are sum, okay, and I'm the caller. I'll say, you know what, Ratna, I want to do summation of my two numbers. So you will say, okay, give me that two numbers then. That means who should have two numbers? I should have two numbers, right? And you will take the two number with your help, with your arguments. Your hand and legs are your arguments. Got it, Ratna?
Yeah. So
Yes.
I mean, in which place it is declared? I just want to see the
Okay, okay. State
workflow
machine, in
or the
state machine.
scope.
Yes, yes. So it
Yeah,
is
the scope
declared
and
over here. It is declared over here in state machine. These two should be declared over here in the state machine. And these over here, you can see these two variables. These should be declared. And also these are the variable which are coming from here. Read range and read walk. DT. That's basically read.
okay.
Can see this one data table. I'm reading this, then I'm reading this, then
Yeah.
I'm reading over here, then I'm then this state machine is saying, you know what, I have the data table, I want to do the manipulation. So the process comes and process says, yes, I have that thing, whichever manipulation you want, I have the code for that. So it will say, give me those two data tables and I'll give you the updated one, which is so I don't have to create a new data table because I want the updation in the same data table DT, right? I want the updation in the same DT. So it will, I'll give that variable and come, it will give me, it will do the manipulation, give me the updated one. That's why I made only this DT in and out, because this data table will go and come out as a new form. Macro, I don't need macro data table to be manipulated or anything, which I don't need actually. I just need macro to make manipulation. I'm not making updation in macro. Okay. Got it, Ratna?
I got it.
Okay, great. Cool. So I will update this one. So this one over here, it is saying that in process and machine, you have something to update, right? The path, you will get it in the same, as I said in the earlier yesterday, that this is the project link. So, okay. So this code is already, published in the, I'm sorry, wait a minute. Huh? Oh, okay, now it's fine. Thank you. Yeah, this code is already in the GitHub. So I'll press over here in the commit, because over here the pencil marks shows that, okay, you have three changes which you need to still make. So I'll click on this one. So I have three changes, which is my input file, right? This data file got updated, process and state machine, I got updated. Okay, so I'll make a commit. I'll say that, okay, um, implemented the logic in process. Okay, if you want to you don't, suppose you don't want this folder to be updated, so I'll keep it unchecked. I want all, so keep it all. Okay, and I will commit like this. I'm committing, so it's got committed. Now this, whatever changes I made, it's all changes will be committed in my local git folder. So in this git folder, there's something in this git folder which is not still got published to my git repository in the cloud. So that's why it's one coming. So I'll click on this one and this will be pushed. Now it is 0, 0. That means I have my new change, my new code in my git repository. Let me show you that. Where is my, this one, the algorithm? Okay. Now over here, you will see the comment. So this is my older comment, first commit, and this is my input, implemented the logic in process, implemented the logic in process for this process, implemented the logic. So these three files were there, which got updated. So you will get, when you want to, pull, you will get the updated project. Okay. So this was all about your, what we call state machine and workflows, type of workflows. Okay. Cool. Any doubt, guys, till now? Okay. If you don't have doubt, so please enjoy your Sunday. I don't have much for today. It was really a big session. Okay. So If you don't have doubt, so if you have doubt, please stay and ask your question. If you don't have doubt, so please enjoy your Sunday and see you on Tuesday. Tuesday and Thursday, Gopal will take your classes on. Tuesday will be Outlook mail automation. Thursday will be not Outlook mail automation, and Thursday will be your again automation thing. If you have any doubt, so please ping me on the group. I'll schedule a doubt session on weekend for you guys. Okay. So apart from your classes, I'll schedule a 1 hour of 1 or 2 hour, whatever is required, doubt session for you guys if you have doubt from your previous lectures. Okay. Cool. So thank you for joining. We'll see you in the next session. I'll stop the recording for now. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.